fucking Bitcoin. Hey guys, welcome to another edition of DX News. Damn, we missed you. Sorry for not posting last week. You know, it almost feels like some dickhead couldn't stop complaining long enough to finish the production. But anyway. We got a lot to unpack for you today, folks. First off, Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo, the best and most famous football player of modern times. And that's right, football player. NFL is not football. Mr. Cristiano is launching a Binance partnership. They're doing NFTs together. Also, Solana is launching a smartphone. They can't even get their own blockchain straight and they want to compete with Apple. Dumbasses. And not only that, they're being helped in this by Sam Bankman-fried. Nothing suspicious there. And moving on to nothing suspicious, several centralized exchanges have been halting trades and withdrawals. Why? Maybe the Bitcoin plunge has something to do with it. All this and more, guys, on today's edition of DX News. So, starting off with Mr. Cristiano, the newest and baddest ape in town, he signed a multi-year deal with Binance. So imagine this, Mr. Cristiano has 458 million followers on Instagram. Can you imagine getting him to share your coin? Shit, you could become the next DxSale. No. So what do you think about this? Could NFTs by Cristiano be the monkey slayer? Could top that? Maybe Giga Chad? I know somebody here at DX who would love to have him signed. The Solana Smartphone. Really? Really? Instead of getting your shit together and fixing your blockchain, you're dwelling into things that you don't know about. Come on, dudes. They think that partnering up with Sam Bankman-fried is a good idea. Really, guys?
Not a great plan.
Ponzi lover Bankman-fried says that this will be called the Saga and it will be priced approximately at $1,000. So ask yourself, why would you not spend $1,000 on an iPhone and download MetaMask for free when you can give $1,000 to these guys with a phone that comes with an incorporated wallet? We'll let you be the judge of that. Everything is going mobile. In most countries, access to everything happens via mobile phones, said Bankman-fried, who happens to be also a key Solana backer. But he also pointed out that crypto mobile is actually very behind the times, and he notices how clunky access to most apps is. And he goes on to insist that the best solution is to having the wallet incorporated into your phone. So buying this phone could actually be the best or worst idea after buying your $80,000 NFT. Multiple sexes have stopped trading. Should this have been in the scam section instead? No. So during the last few days, multiple of these centralized exchanges have stopped withdrawals of certain currencies. Why? Because they do not have the liquidity to cover the funds. Here are some examples. Babel Finance decided to stop withdrawals due to liquidity pressure. Celsius, you probably knew this is a massive fuck up. Who Exchange also stopped withdrawals. Why? People wanted their money and they couldn't pay them back. CoinFlex stops withdrawals as well due to continued uncertainty around the market. They tried about it on Twitter saying it wasn't real. Then they actually did it, citing it was because of a third party, something called market conditions. Moving on to the NFT convention, all the millionaire glue sniffers got together to celebrate JPEGs. Just kidding. Any excuse is a good excuse to get wasted, guys. During this past week, the Bored Ape Yacht Club has been getting down with parties exclusively for NFT holders. And they've had live performances by artists like Haim, Questlove, Timbaland, and Amy Schumer. Fuck Amy Schumer. Why would you invite Amy Schumer? What the fuck? Anyway, some people say they saw Snoop Dogg, only it wasn't Snoop Dogg, it was some crackhead dressed up like Snoop Dogg to make people think he was. Don't get me wrong, I mean, Snoop Dogg is doing pretty cool things in the NFT game, but you can't be serious if you're going to hire somebody to impersonate somebody else who's doing stuff because you want to be taken seriously. Really? Once again, we're touching base with Uncle Sam Bankman-fried. For the first time in a long time, we're not going to shit on him. We're actually going to talk about his more noble side. He helped a not so suspicious crypto lending platform with a small amount of $250 million. What did they need that money for? To pay back their investors because they couldn't pay them themselves. Bankman-fried has such a large heart that this is actually not the first lending platform that he has bailed out. He also did $200 million in order to help Voyager stay afloat. Why is it in the scam section? No reason at all. Maybe because it's just related with Sam. Continuing with our scam section, apparently South Korea has really bugged out the former Terra members. How? By not allowing them to leave the country after they made one of the biggest frauds of the century. Maybe century is a big word. Former Terra employee Daniel Hong said that the reason he couldn't attend the convention was because he was not allowed to leave the country. None of us were notified about this at all. When I found out about this, the South Korean prosecution told me they usually don't notify people of this because they might destroy evidence and/or leave the country beforehand. Then he proceeded to cry how it's unfair to be treated like a criminal.
Yeah, right. Totally unreasonable to treat you like the fucking pig that you are after what you did. Disgusting motherfuckers. Turn yourself into the authority and stop whining like a little bitch.
Really? No better defense than to tweet shit like this? Suck it up, buttercup. Another weekly Discord hack, this time by Lacoste. You know, it's time to grow up. Right now, this Discord got hacked. It sounds like my dog ate my homework bullshit. Let's first get over the fact that Lacoste has now NFTs. So it appears that one of the moderators went rogue and sent a link to a fake mint site. People connected and got their funds stolen. Feel for the people. Please do better research and don't connect to these things. Don't run away. There's no such thing as free mintings. I mean, really. Now, moving on to quite possibly the most disgusting news of this week. A woman marries a doll and has a child with it. You heard it right, folks. Marivone Rocha, a 37-year-old Brazilian woman, was gifted a ragdoll by her mother, who happened to fall in love with it immediately. Love at first sight. They went home and had nasty out of marriage sex, the sinners, and they had a beautiful baby ragdoll. I don't know how this happened. I cannot even imagine it. I haven't drank enough today to fathom those possibilities. But what bothers me the most is, why the fuck am I reading about this? Why the hell is this in DX News? Are we that desperate for content that we're covering ragdolls?
Yes.
I wish I had something more than water right now. If you think that what I've just said is bad enough, imagine that they also had a wedding with 300 people in it. Nurses who assisted in delivering this ragdoll baby. So guys, if you've been hit hard by the crash, if your boss at McDonald's won't take back your applications because, you know, he's sick of your diamond hands, we got your next gig right here in DxSale. You can actually apply to get your house infested by cockroaches. That's right, guys. $2,000 will be given to you by a company called Raleigh if you agree to having them let loose 100 cockroaches in your house. What they intend to do this is give you a live demonstration of how effective their extermination methods are. Now, I don't know about you, but I think my friend Chong would do this for 50 pesos in a chimichanga.
Hey, that really sucked!
So if you're a 90s kid like me, or if you just, happen to read books when you're a kid and watch kids movies with your kids, you might remember Matilda. Matilda, a wonderful movie about a little girl who had telekinetic powers who gets bullied at school by the Trunchbull. Well, a remake is going underway, and apparently a whole bunch of people are angry because the Trunchbull is being played by a woman who isn't fat. Really? Why aren't you upset that a person without telekinetic powers is playing Matilda? Were you upset that it wasn't a real Jedi playing Luke Skywalker? Weren't you bothered that it wasn't a real Kryptonian playing Superman? It is unbelievable how the worst of humanity, Twitter, can attack such a wonderful movie. Really, where were these people when Fat Thor was chopping off Thanos' head? And to finish up with DX News, guys, the Blockchain Futurist Conference will be held on August 19th in Toronto. David Goldstein, people like David Goldstein, Paolo Ardonio, and Vitalik Buterin will be participating. And quite possibly DxSale might be sponsoring, and a certain someone from DxSale might be speaking there. Just saying, guys. And if you want to go and you use a certain someone's link, you could get a ticket for 50% off. Join our chats to know more. Also, we got some pretty cool things coming out, some spoilers from the DxSale Top Secret game. Guys, if you have the time, hit us up on Twitter and you can help us out with the Luna documentary. We're putting together something very cool and informative and could definitely use all the help we can get. Until next time, my name is Louis, and always remember to do your own research.